What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy, the Dread Man, is back with another episode of the NFL Fourth and Goal podcast. I'm your host, and I'm back with my boy, Flipside, and Walls on Top will be joining us in just a second. But, Flip, how's it going? How are you liking this NFL season?
Love the NFL season. Hate the way my team is playing right now.
Oh.
So it's a little mixed, but I'm just enjoying it, man, because I wasn't too big of a fan of the 17-game season, I'm not going to lie, because, you know, the players are just going to get beat up even more.
Right.
But, I mean, if we get 17 weeks of this, I can't complain, because this has been a real fun season to watch, because it seems like any team you turn on to watch, you're getting some kind of entertainment from it.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm happy about this season, man.
This season is like something out of the Twilight Zone. And the thing is, nobody's safe. Anybody can win. And like I said, we went off this. We talked about this off the record. We can see a whole different playoff scape between now and the next 6 weeks. Because in a lot of the division, because the thing is, the whole game could change. You could turn your whole season around with just one game. Hell, if your division is locked, if you're in a neck and neck division, one team could win, the other 3 teams can lose. You're back on top. The team that's in last place could be in first place by the end of the week, and vice versa. This is what we're witnessing right now, and I don't believe it. And just look at the past 2 weeks. The Buffalo Bills, who was a Super Bowl contender, the previous week, they lost to the Jags, and the Jags are tanking. The Ravens lost to the Miami Dolphins, and the Pittsburgh Steelers tied with a winless team, and the Browns got dog walked by the Patriots, and the Patriots are right on the tails of the Bills, and it was looking like that the Kansas City Chiefs were done. We're not who we thought they were, and they're looking scary again.
Yeah, they're back at the top.
Yeah, and so much more. We can have so much more, but we'll be talking about it all night. But yeah, man, it's spooky out here. I mean, things really can change with just one single game. But yeah, anyway,
This is about to be a long season. We have a couple of divisions, maybe three divisions, maybe 4 divisions right now that are just neck and neck, and we still got about 7-8 games to go. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see if teams keep trading wins and losses over these next few weeks, because it can't stay like this, because it's going to be the craziest tiebreaker scenario situation at the end of the season if we keep this up, because so many teams are just on top of each other for each conference. It's kind of ridiculous.
You can get a team that can pull a second win. Yeah, you can, like you said, you can get a team that'll pull a second win out of nowhere. Then you get a team that's on top that can run out of gas. That's how spooky this is.
Exactly.
And the thing is, even more so, take a team like the Las Vegas Raiders, for instance. And we have so many other teams. Because think about it, you have so many teams that are affected by injuries, and if they're not affected by injuries, they're affected by COVID, and if they're not affected by injuries of COVID, they're affected by off the field drama. So, yeah, that's how weird this season is shaping up to be.
And another funny thing, the Jaguars, I don't know if they're trying to tank or if Urban Meyer is trying to save his job. It seems
I don't either.
Like 1 week they're trying to fight for something, and the next week they're just getting blown out. It's kind of funny to watch this whole situation.
Yeah,
we said that we thought Urban Meyer was going to be gone. I predicted him to be gone by week 10, but
here we are.
He's been getting saved. I think the Jags beating the Bills saved his job that week, because I don't know. It's been an interesting situation over there.
Yes, most definitely. Anyway, game of the week for last week. Who did you have?
Game of the week. I might have to go with. Which game did I enjoy the most here? I enjoyed that Vikings Chargers game, even though the Chargers lost. It was a fun game. It was a lot of back and forth in that one. But I also enjoyed the Panthers game, not because of the score. It was a close game, but it was just fun seeing Cam back on the Panthers and seeing them dominate like that.
Definitely.
I'm just gonna go with I'll go with the Panthers Cardinals game because it was a blowout, but it was just fun seeing Cam kind of back in Panthers form. He looked like he was actually back at quarterback, you know.
Yes. Me, for my game of the week, I'm actually gonna have to go with Bucks and Washington. For me, man, yeah. The thing is, that game was a lot more. I mean, thing is, I actually wrote Washington off, but they showed why they belong. But thing is, at what cost? Because Chase Young's done for the year with that ACL injury. And for everybody who's watching in the chat and on YouTube, Walter Talk just popped in the room. What's going on, man?
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, we're discussing the game of the week. Since you just chimed in, who was yours for last week?
My game of the week.
There were several.
I would have to. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I'm curious because there were games that I enjoyed, but not games that. I mean, I obviously enjoyed the Niners blowing out the Rams, but I wouldn't call that necessarily game of the week.
I didn't see that coming.
Kansas City having their offense back, that was impressive. In terms of kind of close competitive games, I'm just kind of trying to check the general score here. I guess it looks like Minnesota and Chargers, but I didn't really pay attention to that game. For me, I was a little bit irritated because I had some potential money on the Bucks in that Washington game. I was really disappointed in Tom Brady and that team. I was a little bit disappointed, man. I thought that was an easy win for him. I can't believe that Brady looked pretty bad in that game. Looked kind of shaken. I don't know why they lost to Washington. No clue. After coming off of a bye, they looked pretty ill-prepared in that game. I guess you know what? I'll give it up for Carolina and coming back with Cam Newton. And rolling him out and getting him getting the score in that game.
Yes.
Comeback game. Beating up on the injury-ridden Cardinals right now.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, the Cardinals are still dangerous because they're getting D-Hop back next week, so we're gonna see how they recover. Most improved team of the week. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to go with New England. And the thing is, I hate to say this because I'm a Steelers fan. I'm either going to go with New England or you can actually probably go with San Francisco. I'm actually going to go with New England for my most improved team of the week. But Flip, what about you?
Most improved team? Man. I think I was actually thinking about this while I was watching the game. I got to go with either San Francisco or... probably San Francisco or New England. I'll probably lean towards San Francisco just because my issue with that team was that Jimmy G's passing was a little off. They didn't have Kittle out there. The defense was kind of getting blown up a lot in these games, and then they come out and not only do they come out with an offense that just dominated against the Rams, they had Jimmy G out there just passing the ball like. They were getting the field open for him. The run game was strong. So this is the 49ers team I expected to see at the beginning of the season. So I got to give them most improved.
All right. Waz, who was your most improved team of the week?
Yeah, you already know I got to give it up for San Francisco.
Yes.
I was thoroughly impressed with that performance against the Los Angeles Rams. San Francisco hasn't won at home in like 8 straight games.
Yeah.
At home, so I was not expecting them to get one on Monday night against this star-studded Rams team. Even though they lost Robert Woods, they picked up Odell. They got Von Miller. It felt like they were signing everybody on that team. They were just coming across as really really stacked, and somehow some way the 49ers beat the brakes off of them, and Debo to Jimmy G, that connection was phenomenal. Debo is again, he doesn't have these high catch every catch he gets, it's like he's getting a big first down or he's going for a long run.
Just like George Kittle.
So that was thoroughly impressed with their performance, and I thought it was a good showing, compared to how they had been playing and how they looked last week.
All right, now, guys, the ever-coveted choke of the week. Oh, man, I think we all know who it is. The Saints, for me. Flip, who's your choke of the week?
Choke of the week? I gotta give it to the Steelers. I gotta give it to the Steelers because you shouldn't be tying with the 0-8
Lions.
Yeah, it should have been a quick game for them.
But with us not having Chase Claypool and with Ben being out with COVID, the thing is, you're right. And you know what? Screw that. That doesn't matter. Like, the thing is, you should be able to walk if you're at home, you should be able to walk the damn dog with the Lions. I was about to make a separate video about this going the hell off for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but now y'all got me started. See, you have no business losing to the goddamn, or, you know what? Like I said, everybody's like, well, no, you're tied. No, if you're talented, a winless team, damn it, that's a loss. Like, you have no business doing that. And that's the frustrating thing about it. And the thing is, you got to go on the road against the Los Angeles Chargers? Are you kidding me? And the thing is, we don't have Big Ben again, and we possibly don't have T.J. Watt, and our secondary is crippled because we don't have Minka Fitzpatrick either, and all we have is Najee in a battered up O-line, and so we got some good wide receivers. But like I said, I'll get to that later. I'm kind of on a rant, but before my blood pressure rises, Wise, who was your choke of the week?
I'm going to give it up to Tampa. Tampa screwed me over in a few ways.
I wouldn't say that's a choke.
They had no business. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, yeah, coming off of a bye, having a pretty weird loss the week before, you know what? I don't expect that from a Brady-led team. If Bill Belichick was coaching this Bucks team, there's no way they would have lost to the Washington football team. Coming off of a loss and coming from a bye, the Bucks look sloppy. Yeah, I know Brady didn't have Gronk, he doesn't have Antonio, but you still have Evans, you still have Godwin. Like you have still like a comparable offense on there. And you know what? It was just terrible. It was just a terrible performance. So we'll see if this is a sign of things to come. Brady's looked a little bit shaky, I feel like, this last couple of weeks. So we'll see if this is going to keep going forward. But that, for me, I felt like the Bucks kind of choked it away. And again, I felt like we looked at the Bucks as a perennial favorite in the NFC up until the last few weeks. Now it's kind of, now it's potentially up to anyone's grab, certainly in the NFC. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, gentlemen, week 11. These are when the games really matter now. All right, first up, we got the New England Patriots going on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. Flip, who you got? Patriots, Falcons.
Patriots, Falcons. The Falcons are looking a little stagnant. They're probably not going to have Calvin Ridley out there because he's on hiatus. Let's see, Cordero Patterson, he's out with a high ankle sprain. So their best receivers and / running back on that team right now are out. Matt Ryan just got basically demolished by the Cowboys. Patriots are looking like they're finding their stride. Mac Jones is kind of getting comfortable. I don't know how the running situation is right now with Damian Harris, but Ramondre Stevenson is just as good as Harris. They still got Brandon Bolden back there, and Bill Belichick loves to use his running backs. The receivers, Patriots receivers haven't been the greatest ever, but they make it work. So I got to go Patriots here. Their team is on a roll right now. They got the momentum. The Falcons are looking worse and worse, and I guess that's because of injuries. But this seems like a Patriots game. So I'm going to say Patriots 27, Falcons 13.
All right, Waz, who you got? Patriots, Falcons.
Yeah, I have to roll with the Patriots here. Patriots are looking really good. Potential AFC like dark horses, if not possibly or close to a favorite now. Maybe just behind the Bills and potentially like the Chiefs that are kind of starting to come back. But the Patriots have looked pretty solid. I feel like they've been in I had to double check their schedule, but I don't really feel like they've had a particularly bad loss or been really blown out in a game for the most part. I feel like they're in every game. They're a pretty well-rounded team. Mac Jones, obviously, I think at this point is the rookie of the year until someone steps up. Otherwise, I think he's been playing extremely well. I'm sure it was pretty unlikely that he was deemed probably the best NFL prospect and quarterback when the draft came, but he's been playing the best out of all the rookies. As again, the Falcons have been better than I think the Falcons have been a better team since the start of the year. They've been pretty sloppy the first 4 weeks, but they've kind of bounced back a little bit. So they see so it's kind of hard to gauge whether this team is, again, they're still like a borderline playoff team, and they still have obviously the pieces there offensively. Pitts has been starting to pick it up as of late. I think that's been a key for them. But again, like Flip was alluding to, they have injuries going into this game. So, I'm going to still lean on the Patriots in this, even though the Patriots are on the road, but they are undefeated on the road right now. I think Thursday night games, they're always kind of wonky. They're always kind of weird and hard to predict. But I will have to go with the Patriots in this game, but I think it'll be unusually close. So give me the Patriots to win this 24-21.
All right. Well, the Patriots put on a clinic last week against a team who, at the beginning of the year, we would have said smoked them, and the Falcons looked horrific against the Cowboys, last week. But then again, I guess you could say the Cowboys did what they're supposed to do, but the Falcons are 4-5, which means in their division they have somewhat of a chance. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that. The Patriots seem like they're getting back into their stride. I mean, the thing is, as long as you got Bill Belichick, you got a chance. And Mac Jones is looking pretty damn good as well. The only thing that is kind of a hindrance on the Patriots is their defense, and they can make up for that by clock management. The Falcons are kind of crippled right now. Like, they don't really have, like I said, despite their record, they really don't have any direction this year. And with that in mind, go ahead and give me the Patriots over the Falcons, 27-14. Next up, this is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. This is probably going to be a more interesting matchup than people give it credit for. But the Indianapolis Colts against the Buffalo Bills. Who you got, Colts, Bills, Flip?
Colts, Bills.
Yeah.
The way the Bills have been playing lately, I can't come into this thinking that they're just going to have an easy win against the Colts. The Colts have actually been looking like a better team than the Bills these past few weeks. Jonathan Taylor's kind of found his stride in the run game. Carson Wentz is probably getting more open looks because of that. Their defense has been serviceable. That keeps them in games. And the Bills, on the other hand, I mean, I don't know what Bills team we're going to see, so it's kind of hard to gauge how we're going to play this out. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a close game. It could go either way. A few weeks ago, I probably would have thought the Bills would have had an easy win this game, but yeah, it's been an entertaining year because of this. So I'm going to say Bills. I'm going to say Bills just because I trust their offense a little more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say Bills over Colts, 27-24.
Playing it safe. All right. Waz, who you got? Colts, Bills.
Yeah, the Colts have looked a little bit better. Jonathan Taylor is really caught on, as he was saying. Definitely the cornerstone for that offense and their success. Carson Wentz is still having a pretty solid season. Probably the best season he's had since that Super Bowl run that the Eagles had before he got injured during the season. The Bills, again, granted, they had that really stink loss to the Jags a few weeks back, but they really turned it on and blew out the Jets the following week, and that was a good sign. If they would have had another possibly sloppy week, either a close game or a loss to the Jets, I would be a little bit more skeptical of them, and especially in this game, because the Colts, they definitely seem like a team that can hang with any team. cover is going to be the key here. They are extremely good at stopping the run and limiting the pass. So if they can keep Jonathan Taylor kind of again in the tackle boxes and keep him from breaking one free every so often, I think the Bills are going to have a good time with this, an easier time with this. But we'll see what happens. I think Jonathan Taylor has to go off for the Colts to have a stay away chance. I don't think Carson Wentz can kind of keep up with Josh Allen. So give me the Bills to win this game. I'll say the Bills win this game 26-17.
Now, a Colts win would not surprise me at all in this game. It really wouldn't. Like I said, I say that the Colts they're going to make this a more competitive game than people have, because the Bills, as good as they are on paper, they've been showing some chinks in their armor. And the thing is, you can't show those same chinks in your armor against a Colts team that's trying to prove themselves. Like I said, the Colts are solid. I think they just might be missing just that one little extra piece of the puzzle. I don't know exactly. That extra piece might be, well, like you said, Jonathan Taylor, he's starting to hit his stride. So I think the only thing that they might be missing is a secondary. I mean, but other than that, they're pretty solid. But is solid going to be enough against the Bills team, who is still trying to say, okay, we're here to stay, and we're going to knock off the Patriots the next time we see them. Man, like I said, I want to go Colts, but I'm going to play it safe. Going ahead and give me the Bills over the Colts, 27-21. Next up, oh boy, we got the Baltimore Ravens going on the road against the Chicago Bears. Flip, who you got? Bears, Ravens.
I know the Ravens had a pretty bad game last week against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I feel like this is going to be a bounce back game for them. I like Justin Fields. I just think he's not ready yet. He'll probably be set to be that quarterback for the Bears in the next year or two. I just don't think he's there right now, but we're seeing what he can be in small doses. I just don't trust that.
That's cool. I'm doing my podcast.
He can kind of carry that offense. I mean, he's got David Montgomery back there in the backfield, but once Lamar and the Ravens get started, I just can't see him keeping up with that team. So I'm going to go with the Ravens here. They had a bad game. I think they bounced back against the Bears. The Bears defense is good. It's just it hasn't been the good that we have seen in the past few seasons. So I'll say Ravens 24, Bears 16.
All right, Waz, who you got? Bears, Ravens.
Yeah, I have to go with the Ravens in this. The Ravens again. I felt like there was a few weeks ago, Lamar was potential MVP candidate. That was a pretty bad loss and kind of a hit to his candidacy. It's kind of hard to fathom how they had that game performance against a team like the Dolphins. But again, those Thursday night games are really weird. I do agree. I think this with Flip, this is a bounce back game. The Ravens have a stout enough defense to certainly shut down Justin Fields and that offense. I don't really perceive anyone on the Bears that can kind of stand out and take this game from the Ravens. I think the Ravens, really realistically, obviously they can get us at least to a 7-point to a 10-point lead, and they'll run away with this game just based on their ability to run the ball. I know Lamar doesn't have those marquee receivers, but Hollywood's been playing pretty solid this year. Obviously, you have Andrews at the tight end position. They've obviously shown that Lamar can actually come back. Lamar has I think 3 comeback games from 10 points or more down so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely again a complete reversal of what the narrative was before with Lamar as a quarterback and his ability to actually come from behind in games. So I feel like I don't think this is a team like the Bears that can kind of get a big enough lead on the Ravens, let alone hold it. So I think the Ravens will win this game. Again, I think it's going to be a bounce-back win victory for them. Give me the Ravens to win this 27-23.
Now, hopefully, that loss against the Dolphins didn't demoralize the Ravens and hurt their confidence. And the Bears, like I said, despite the Bears are solid, and the Bears, this is a home game for the Bears, which means the Ravens kind of should be a little bit tentative. They should be aware because they're not, again, the thing is, against a very defense heavy team, they can be a little bit shaky. I mean, because you're stacking the box against Lamar, forcing him to run outside the pocket, and then he, like I said, he only has like maybe one or two good receivers to throw to, and he's got a good tight end as well. But I don't know what's up with the Ravens defense lately because they've been missing a lot of tackles. I mean, the thing is, the Ravens have been doing a good job of taking care of the ball, not so many turnovers. Can't really say the same thing about the Bears though. But the Bears got a solid running game, and Justin Fields is okay if he's not taking unnecessary risks. But I mean, that remains to be seen. I feel like if that O-line can protect Justin Fields, they'll do just fine. Now, don't get me wrong, because Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback than Justin Fields, but I mean, Justin Fields is still green. Can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I'm actually gonna go against the grain. Go ahead and give me the Bears in this game just because they're at home. And like I said, they're not. They hopefully that loss hopefully it didn't demoralize them, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Give me the Bears in this game, 21-18. Next up, oh boy, we got the Detroit Lions going on the road against the Cleveland Browns, who are 5-5. Flip, who you got? Lions, Browns.
Maybe the Browns will tie with the Lions like the Steelers did. Who knows? But
potential trap game. I mean, because look at how Cleveland played last week.
I don't think it's a trap game. I do because the week before that we saw Cleveland blow up. I think that's the Cleveland we see in this game. I don't know. The only good thing I see about the Lions is the O-line, really.
Yeah.
When they're running, but yeah, I don't know. I can't trust the Lions. Like they can't win a game. The closest they've got to winning a game is a tie. So it's like I'm not gonna trust them just because they tied with the Steelers. I'm gonna go with the Browns here. Obviously, even without Odell, the Browns are still a running team. I don't know if they have Nick Chubb playing this week, but I mean, Ernest Johnson.
I don't think they do.
Still a serviceable running back.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I can still see the Browns winning this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like a couple weeks ago, but I think they get the win. I'll say Browns 21, Lions 13.
All right, Waz, who you got? Lions, Browns.
The Browns have looked hapless. I feel like Baker's injury hasn't been great for him. They obviously lost Odell, but obviously this team has had sometimes better performances without Odell, but they are still dealing with those injuries. But again, this is a Lions team that's pretty. There's a winless Lions team that will likely again finish with the worst record in the NFL.
Yeah.
Cleveland is just too talented defensively and on offense, even with the injuries, to lose to this Lions team. I just cannot see this happening. If the Browns do lose this game, they really need to eliminate every single commercial that Baker Mayfield is in. And they need to not air a single Baker Mayfield commercial ever after this loss if they lose to the Lions. They damn near show too many of those commercials as it is for a 500 team. So
yeah,
if the Browns lose to the Lions, they need to take Baker off there. But I think the Browns will win this game, and the Lions will continue their winless streak. Give me the Browns to win this game, 24-17.
All right. Now I think it's safe to say that Jared Goff is not the answer for the Lions. He's not. And the thing is, he's got a good tight end and he's got a good running back, but like that does not a good team make. And that defense has been a shell of its former self in the past few years. And the thing is, with how bad the Browns have looked in recent games, even in games that they've won, well, they've dominated a couple of games, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, you're only as good as your last game, or so they say. The Browns should win this one, but for some strange reason, I got this game being closer than a lot of people got it. because the Browns are favored by 10 points over the Lions. I just got this being a closer game than some people have it credit for. But yeah, go ahead and give me the Browns this game 28-24 over the Lions. Next up, AFC South matchup. You got the Tennessee Titans at home against the Houston Texans, 1-8. And Tennessee is favored by 10 points. Flip, who you got? Texans, Titans.
I got the Titans in this. I mean, the Titans have shown us, even without Derrick Henry, they're still a really formidable team.
Mm-hmm.
That defense has been showing up and kind of taking over games sometimes. Tannehill's doing a good enough job. I think he doesn't have Julio out there. I think it's just A.J. Brown again.
A.J. Brown. Mm-hmm.
They're kind of doing like a running back by committee, but it's working. I mean, the team is still clicking, and they'll get Derrick Henry back for the playoffs. So
yeah,
I don't see any threats on the Houston team. Tyrod, I think, might be starting at quarterback, but I mean, that team it's not great. It's I don't know. It's just not good at all. I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, give me the Titans in this. I'll say 27-10 over the Texans.
All right, Waz, who you got? Texans, Titans.
Yeah, this is going to be a blowout victory for Tennessee. Houston doesn't do anything that will scare Tennessee. Tennessee's defense, regardless, even though they had some injuries on offense, that defense is still stout. I think Landry the third on that front seven line is supposed to lead the league in sacks. It's just been again, Tennessee has had those weird games that they've snuck out. They do have a lot of kind of close victories that they probably had no business winning in. Like you mentioned, the choke job with New Orleans last week. They had that overtime victory against Indianapolis. Close wins against Buffalo. So Tennessee is one of those teams where they seem to be able to have it to win those very, very close games. Now, whether you could say that might be because of their ability to run and having Derrick Henry and manage the clock and have the time of possession in the right spots to seal those victories. That's neither here nor there. I will say that the Houston Texans should not pose any threat to Tennessee. I don't believe this would be a trap game for Tennessee. I think Houston's not even good enough to warrant that. Who knows? Obviously, there's still a slim chance, but it's a very, very slim chance. So give me Tennessee to win this game. Tennessee wins 30-15.
Now, despite how crippled the Texans are, they really don't have anything to lose, so there's no reason for them to not really play all-out balls out. They're pretty much going to be in rebuild mode since they haven't had a solid quarterback since the whole Deshaun Watson situation. And we don't know if he's going to be back or not. But the Titans, like I said, despite Derrick Henry being out, he's actually pretty solid. They're actually a pretty solid team. I mean, Adrian Peterson looking like his old self. And the Titans' defense is actually okay. The thing is, they got a couple of little chinks in their defense. What's up, virtual reality? I'm saying what's up to the chat. But yeah, anyway, yeah. Like I said, the Titans are a solid team. It's just that you got to give Ryan Tannehill, you got to give him time to throw. That's pretty much it. And like I said, the Texans, they don't give me any reason why the Titans should be scared of them. And like this is a home game for the Titans. Oh man, going ahead and give me the Titans over the Texans this game, 28-13. Next up, you got an NFC North divisional matchup. The Green Bay Packers going on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Flip, who you got? Packers, Vikings.
Packers, because the Vikings like them, but I don't know. Something about Green Bay, man. It doesn't seem like that team should be amazing on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But then their defense comes out and it looks good. Their offense obviously looks good. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams. It's looking like they got a two-headed monster at running back now with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Just the way that offense is clicking right now, I got to go with the hot hand here. As long as Aaron Rodgers doesn't have COVID, that team should, that team should win, no problem. The Vikings, I mean, they didn't look amazing against the Chargers last week, and I feel like right now the Packers are a better team than the Chargers. And I mean, the Vikings and Packers play a lot more. These teams know each other a lot more, and Rodgers still manages to upset them every year. So I had to go Packers here. I want to say Packers 35, Vikings 27.
All right, Waz, who you got? Packers, Vikings.
You know what? I'm going to go with the upset here. I think the Vikings actually could win this game. I do believe Aaron Jones is out for this game. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's out with an MCL sprain for, I think, a couple of weeks. So they will be missing him. I know they have Devontae back. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is going to. They obviously have more practice under him. He looked pretty sloppy in that Seattle game, but he did, again, only get activated the day before. So that was on kind of a short notice, short practice schedule. But he'll have a full week before this Vikings game. However, looking at how the Vikings have played, they've been in these games, especially the last few weeks. They beat the Chargers. In Los Angeles, they had a close loss at Baltimore. Close game against Dallas. Back at the end of October. I think that there's still enough for the Vikings to kind of pull this one out. At this point, they still have their pieces. They still have Dalvin, still have Jefferson. They still got they still got Thielen. They still have pieces there, and I think this might be the kitchen sink game, especially against a divisional opponent. The Packers have looked great. Have looked great almost nearly all season. They've been completely good against the spread if you're a gambler. But the Vikings, I feel like this game at home, they're going to pull out all the stops to at least ensure this victory. They're a borderline playoff team right now. I think this might be the game to catch the Green Bay Packers, because the Packers looked sloppy last week. They still got a good victory against Seattle, but they're traveling on the road. I think Minnesota. I think Minnesota sneaks one out. I think this is going to be an upset here. Give me Minnesota to win this game. I'll say Minnesota wins this game 24-21.
Now the Green Bay Packers are favored by three points in this game, and the Vikings-Packers game is always competitive, especially when the Vikings are at home. But the only problem with this game is the Kirk Cousins problem. We don't know which Kirk Cousins is going to show up, and that's why I don't really have that. And the thing is, of course, Dalvin Cook's going to go off. We already know that. Well, I wouldn't say go off. He's going to do what he has to do, because even though the Packers' defense is not necessarily what it used to be, especially on that front seven, they'll do what they're supposed to do as well. But when you have that three-headed monster of Rodgers, Adams, and Dillon. So, you can't really bet against that, especially with the Vikings defense not playing up to snuff either. Going ahead and give me the Packers in this game, 31-23. Next up, AFC East matchup. You got the Miami Dolphins going on the road against the New York Jets. Tank Bowl, but anyway, I see this being a somewhat of a competitive game just because these teams know each other very well. But anyway, Flip, who you got? Jets, Dolphins.
I got to go Dolphins here. I still think Dolphins are going to try to fight for a divisional spot. They're only 3 games behind right now. I think we have 8 games to go. So. Or what? Do they have 8 games to go? They have 8 games. I don't know. They have 7 games to go. So they could still try to sneak in a couple wins there. It doesn't seem like they want to tank. It seemed like they putting their faith in Tua now. After the Deshaun Watson trade breakdown didn't go down, but Tua's been looking good ever since then. Ever since he came back from this injury, he's been looking pretty solid. The Jets do not seem like a team that should give him a lot of problems on the defensive side. Their offense is kind of questionable too, and after what we just saw the Dolphins defense do to the Ravens, Yeah, I think they have Joe Flacco starting at quarterback this week, so it might be one of those games where they kind of like thrown off guard by a new quarterback at the starting position. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt in this one, but I still got the Dolphins winning it. I'm just going to say Dolphins over Jets, 24-17.
All right, boys, who you got? Dolphins, Jets.
Yeah, give me the Dolphins in this game. I'm not sure what the quarterback situation. I my Google wife. I think it's a really hard game for me to predict. I think both teams aren't that great. There's not much comment both either on offense or defense for either team. Kind of a coin flip. I don't have too much to even think about or even say in this game. I just don't like either squad. I think Miami's favored somewhat on the road right now by 3. I guess they had a pretty solid win against the Ravens. They might carry that over against this hapless Jets team. Give me Miami to win this, but I think it's again going to be close. I can't see Miami being the first off the Jets. The Jets, for whatever reason, can sometimes stay competitive in games. Give me the Dolphins though to win this game. I'll say to win the 20-17.
Now, the Jets, for whatever reason, are cursed at the quarterback position. And the thing is, when you don't have a reliable quarterback, when you have nothing else to fall back on, I mean, like, what do you have? Because the Jets' defense is, laughable. The running game's not what it once was, and the receiving core is not even really all that good. So what else? Yeah, the thing is, the Jets. One thing that they were good at, like a couple of weeks ago, is that they were able to do a lot with a little, and that's because they had somewhat of a quarterback to rely on. And the Dolphins, while they're not necessarily scary by any means, they can do enough here to scrape out a win. I mean, Tua's all right. They got a good running game, and their defense is, can give anyone problems. So that's nothing to sneeze at. And the thing is, it's like what you guys just said. When the Dolphins can give a team like the Ravens problems, what do you think they're going to do to the Jets? Especially if the Jets don't have a quarterback. So going ahead and give me the Dolphins in this game, 21-7 over the Jets. Next up, this might be a dark horse kind of game. This game might be one of the ones that you watch out for. Going ahead and let's see. Oh yeah, the New Orleans Saints going on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles. Flip, who you got? Saints, Eagles.
This might be an interesting game.
Yeah.
I think the Saints have Simeon starting quarterback, right?
Yeah, Simeon starting.
Hill just kind of fucking like that kind of role. So, man, the Eagles. Jalen Hurts hasn't been the most amazing quarterback this season. Man, but the Eagles have been fighting. The Eagles have been fighting to kind of stay in these games. Yeah. I don't know if they'll have Miles Sanders back. He might be back this week. We don't know. But this Saints team is a little up and down lately. I think Kamara's going to be out still. Mark Ingram's probably going to be the starting back in that offense for this week as well. So this might be a big deal either way. I'm going to lean towards the better coaching, in my opinion, and go with the
You're locked into my sports podcast right now, bro. But
I'll say it's going to be 23.
You said talking. Are you talking to somebody else?
Yeah, I'm on my sports podcast.
Oh, okay, my bad, dude.
Oh, you're good. All right, but yeah, Flip. What was your final score prediction?
Oh, I got 23-20 Saints over Eagles in this one right now.
All right. Waz, who you got? Saints, Eagles.
I like the Eagles in this game. I think Jalen Hurts has been okay so far this season.
Yeah.
I think he's hit some rough spots, but I think as of late he's starting to come on into his own.
Go Sox.
I think this Eagles team can certainly run the ball very well, and they're not too bad defensively. I don't. Granted, the Saints had a close
My Saints Eagles prediction. I got this game being real close. Now, I'm looking at the stats right now, and Philly is favored by 1.5 points over the Saints. I don't. That's weird to me. I mean, because the Saints, they got a hell of a running game. The only problem is the fact that they don't really have a solid quarterback right now. And the thing is, they're starting Trevor Siemian. And the thing is, Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Trevor Siemian is at this point. The only thing that saves Trevor Siemian is the fact that he's got weapons to rely on. And I think that he might have more weapons to rely on than Jalen Hurts might. Like I said, to me, I got this actually being a really close game. The Eagles are at home, but I'm actually gonna have I'm gonna roll Saints in this game. Go on ahead and give me the Saints in this game, 27-23 over the Eagles. All right, next up. Oh my God, this might be one of the games of the week right here. You got Washington going up against the Carolina Panthers. Flip, who you got? Panthers, Washington.
Panthers, Washington. I don't know if Matt Rule's gonna make Cam Newton the starter entirely. I think they still have.
I'm a Pittsburgh fan.
I'm looking at this thing. They say he's trending towards starting against Washington. So if Cam starts, I got the Panthers in this one, just because we get the old school Panthers. I feel like he's got his weapons with Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey is always a threat in that team. Their defense, we've been hyping it up for the earlier weeks. It kind of dipped a little bit, but if their offense is going to be clicking again like this, I think their defense is going to benefit from it. Washington, they just lost Chase Young. Their offense is solid, but compared to the Panthers, I just don't see them winning this game.
Yo, I'll be back on here in a little bit. I got to charge my phone.
Give me the Panthers in this game. I'll say 27.
Since 1985. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. What's your final score prediction?
Oh, I had Carolina over Washington 27-23.
Wow, that's close. Especially with the shape that Washington is in right now, and especially with Carolina, with this being a home game for Carolina. But anyway,
yeah, I think the Panthers offense or the Panthers defense, it's good, but they have their moments, and I feel like Washington might be one of those teams that can kind of keep up with them a little bit, but I don't think they'll catch Carolina in this game.
All right. Waz, who you got? Washington Panthers.
Oh man, this is the Ron Rivera Bowl right here.
Yes.
Ron Rivera returning back to coach against a former team, and also former quarterback who's made his return. I love the fact that Cam is back on the Panthers. Again, one of my favorite running memes was with Cam.
I'm back.
Cam's face superimposed on Thanos.
Yeah.
Just saying that famous line in Endgame. Oh my God!
You cannot live with your own failure. And where did that bring you? Back to me.
I know, it's terrific.
Yes, it's perfect.
The quarterbacks they went through ended up settling back on Cam. Yeah, man. So I'm glad. Again, I'm presuming Cam is going to start this game. I don't know if they're going to keep going with PJ Walker, but we'll see what happens. Cam did get a score in the previous game. I think he had a rushing score and a throwing score. I think he had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown last game. And they have they got Run CMC back.
Yes.
So I think at home I think again this is going to be this is Cam back on the team. In Carolina, I think that's going to be a lot of huge energy behind that team. They're going to be rallying behind Cam. I think that's going to be too much for them, even though it's the return of Ron Rivera. I think the Panthers will get this win. Give me Panthers to win this game. I'll say they'll win this game 24-20.
All righty. Now, you guys are right about Ron Rivera knowing Cam Newton very well, so I will assume he knows how to prepare for them, right? But the Panthers, they've got some weapons to rely on. Like I said, the only problem with them is maybe their defense is not. Well, I'm not gonna say the defense is not that good, but their defense is very solid, especially that D line. Um, Washington, they're a very a defense heavy team. It's just that I just don't trust Taylor Heineke. That defense can feast on Taylor Heineke if he's a little bit too happy outside that pocket, and that's nothing that you want. That's something that you guys got to you got to keep an eye on that. But the Carolina Panthers offense, like I said, with Carolina with Cam Newton being back, and they actually do have they've got some other things to rely on too. But I mean, I believe that Cam Newton's going to start, so that's always something to look out for. Going ahead and give me Carolina in this game over Washington. Let's do 28-20. Next up, you got the San Francisco 49ers going on the road against the Jacksonville Jags. Trap game? Now San Fran. Now here's the thing: San Fran is 4-5 right now, but they're favored by 6.5 points over the Jags. But the Jags have this weird thing of beating teams that they're not supposed to beat. It's just strange. But I don't know if lightning's going to strike twice in with this game, especially with how the 49ers looked last week against the Rams. And the Rams, a lot of people are painting them as a Super Bowl contender. But man, I'm going to play it safe. Going ahead and give me the Niners in this game 23-16 over the Jags. Flip, who you got? Niners, Jags.
Niners, Jags. This should be a Niners game. Trevor Lawrence, he's looked all right. He's kind of getting used to his weapons, which Dan Arnold. I think DJ Chark is out there. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
James Robinson. He's a solid running back. I just don't think he can carry this team, especially against this 49ers team that has a great front seven, if you ask me. Yeah, I got to go 49ers here. They're clicking on offense again. For the first few weeks, they were kind of just relying on Debo because Kittle was out. We didn't see much Ayuk in the passing offense. Now we're starting to see them spread the ball out more. The run game is still the run game. It's their bread and butter. I don't think the Jags can stop them. So give me the 49ers in this. I'll say 23-13.
All right, Waz, who you got? Niners, Jags.
I have San Francisco in this game. Again, the key to San Francisco's success, Jimmy G's success, is turnovers. Jimmy G has only one turnover in his last 3 games. He's been, and again, I think that is a major key to this offense and how it clicks and sustaining drives and basically just again having a rhythm. If Jimmy G can protect the ball, not have stupid interceptions, no fumbles, this offense will play better. They're on the field longer, and there's more opportunities for them to score. And he's looked better because of that, basically. Ever since that terrible Colts loss, he's looked better in terms of just holding on to the ball, protecting it, and not making stupid mistakes. Again, Debo has come on extremely well, and so has Ayuk as of late. Ayuk was in the doghouse for like the first 4 or 5 games. It felt like he was not getting many looks, not getting many snaps, but he seems to be back in the good graces of Kyle Shanahan. He's been getting a lot more looks, been getting a lot more involved. Kittle being back and healthy has been a huge part of it as well. And we found a pretty solid, good running game with Mitchell right now. Again, defensively, I think we have a pretty good defense. Our corners, not so much, but I don't really expect Jacksonville to be a team that can attack our secondary. I'm not as concerned about it. If you can, beat us, on the run or short intermediate passes, then you can certainly catch us. But I don't think Jacksonville is good enough or talented enough to do that. me the 49ers in this game. I will say the Niners win this game handily. Give me a 34-17 victory.
All righty. Next up, this is going to be a very confusing game. But you got the 5-4 Bengals on the road against the 5-4 Raiders. Now, we all know what the Raiders are going through with off-the-field drama and all that other stuff. And the Bengals, they're kind of starting to go into a little slump, even though they're right above 500. Since he's actually favored, by 1 point in this game. You never know which Derek Carr is going to show up. And the thing is, like, they got, the Raiders, don't sleep on the Raiders O-line. Don't sleep on that. And the thing is, with the Bengals, Joe Burrow, oh, man. The thing is if he's in the pocket, he does great. But when he runs out of the pocket, that's when he starts to make mistakes. And I think that's the Raiders' key to victory is that D-line, that D-line, they got to, rush him to the point where he has to run out of the pocket and try to force him to beat him with his legs. And he's got fast legs, but he's less and less accurate when he's throwing on the run. One thing you want to get him to do is you want to get him throwing the run so that way he can make mistakes. Now, the Bengals have a good running game. I'll give them that. They got Joe Mixon, and they got some pretty good wide receivers, too. It's just that the Raiders, they might have a little bit more in the tank on the defensive side of the ball. The thing is, since he's favored by 1 point in this game, and I think that might be about right, but I'm actually going to go with the Raiders in this game. Go ahead and give me the Raiders 27-28 over the Bengals. Flip, who you got? Bengals, Raiders.
Bengals, Raiders. The Raiders have been in the slump lately. They just lost to the Giants 2 weeks ago. Then they got blown out by the Chiefs this week.
Yeah.
Wasn't really too concerned about the Chiefs one, just because I feel like the Chiefs just know how to play them now. The Giants one was a big surprise, though, because the Giants' offense hasn't been the greatest this season. It hasn't been the greatest for a couple seasons now. But
right.
This Bengals team, they're a little wishy-washy. Sometimes they'll see a lot of great moments from them. Sometimes, Burrow will have a lot of turnovers in the game. The defense will keep them in it, and we could have a close game that they'll lose or something, or maybe they'll just throw away the game. I feel like this is giving me a close game vibe. I feel like Burrow might, throw a couple turnovers in this game. Carr will take advantage of them, but in the end, I feel like the Bengals will sneak one out. So give me the Bengals in this one, 31-28 over the Raiders.
Alrighty. All right, Waz, who you got? Raiders, Bengals.
Yeah, that's a hard one to pick. Both teams coming off 2 losses in a row, and blowouts in their most recent loss. Bengals are coming off the bye. I kind of might, even though they're on the road, I might give the Bengals the nod just because they have that extra week to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see right now the Raiders. Once they lost Gruden, it felt like they might be coming back on. It kind of felt like they were winning in spite of that issues and the turmoil. But I think there's been definitely too much drama and too much outside stuff that's been occurring with that organization the last couple of weeks. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals is going to be the team that was kind of the drama team.
Yeah.
But I feel like at least as of late, they've kind of been keeping out of the headlines. Give me the Cincinnati to win this game. I think it's going to be close. This is a toss-up. I have to give Cincinnati the edge because they have that extra week off to prepare for this team. Give me Cincinnati to win this 27-24.
Alrighty. Next up, we got a potential game of the week, gentlemen. We got the Dallas Cowboys going on the road to Arrowhead Stadium against the Kansas City Chiefs. Flip, who you got? Chiefs, Cowboys.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an interesting game.
Very.
Because I don't know if we're getting old Mahomes. Are we getting Mahomes from like the first 5 weeks Mahomes? Because if we are, like the first 5, 6, 7 weeks Mahomes.
They got Edwards-Helaire back. Keep in mind, they got Clyde Edwards-Helaire back.
Mahomes back.
Yeah. Edwards-Helaire is going to be back healthy, and yeah, you guys are right. Like, hopefully, yeah, you get Super Bowl caliber Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, anyway, go on, Flip.
This is going to be a game. This might be a shootout game.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of hype behind the Cowboys defense right now, but I feel like Trayvon Diggs is good to get burnt on a route, and if you're getting burnt by Tyreek Hill on that route, then that's a surefire touchdown, which I can see happening in this game. It looks like they're getting Travis Kelce more involved in the offense again. He was a little out of there for a while. It seems like they're kind of finding their stride now, because the way teams are playing them, they're just kind of playing them like the Bucks did in the Super Bowl, and it was still working effectively. Now it seems like the Chiefs are kind of figuring out how to beat that defense now. They got Edwards-Helaire back, like Waz said, so it's going to be close. But I always, for some reason, bet against the Cowboys, especially when I see the Chiefs break my heart or not break my heart every year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got to go with the Chiefs here. Really close game. Feel like it's going to be a shootout, but give me the Chiefs in this 38-35 over the Cowboys.
All righty. All right, Waz, who you got? Cowboys, Chiefs.
This is like the game I'm really anticipated, and I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I think this will be a high-scoring game. I think both teams a potential. This could be a potential Super Bowl preview. I really feel like the Cowboys might be the Chiefs. Granted, they have not looked like it this season. I feel like the Chiefs are usually perennial AFC favorites regardless. Again, Mahomes seemed to have come back to life last week after being non-existent like the last 3 weeks prior to that. So I think we have Mahomes back finally. And if we have Mahomes back finally, this Chiefs team is once again extremely dangerous. Now, granted, this Chiefs team can't really run the ball to save their life. But when you have Mahomes who can throw for damn near 500 yards and 5 TDs, you don't need to have a running game. However, Dallas can throw the ball, and Dallas can run the ball. Dallas can put up points on again, not only on offense, but they can get takeaways, and they can get defensive touchdowns. I think that is going to be the key here. Dallas is extremely, extremely good at takeaways. And, again, Mahomes does show a tendency to make stupid interceptions, throw those inappropriate balls and get picked off. I think that'll be the key here. I trust Dallas's defense way more than I trust Kansas City, and I trust Dallas's run game way more than I trust Kansas City. I think those two key factors, the run game with Dallas and their ability to create turnovers, is going to lead them to a victory at Arrowhead this Sunday. Give me Dallas to win this game. It will be a shootout. It'll be fun, but I think Dallas wins this game. Give me Dallas to win this game. I'll say they'll win it 35-31.
Wow. I see this being a shootout too, and you guys make some very good and very excellent points. Yeah, I don't see this being a defensive game by any stretch of the imagination. We all know what Dak can do. This game might very well come down to time of possession and who has the ball last. Now, we all know that Dallas can score quick, but against somebody like the Chiefs, scoring quick might not always be the best thing. And the thing is, I don't know if I'm taking a risk by saying this, but I think that Dallas might slightly have a better defense than the Colts. Hopefully I'm not tripping when I say that, but yeah. Man, it's just that with Patrick Mahomes, I seem like with him getting his stride back and with all his weapons clicking on all cylinders, I just don't think that secondary is not going to be able to keep up with Travis Kelce. I mean, the thing is, they've got to double team somebody. If they're not going to double team Travis Kelce, they got to double team Tyreek Hill. They can't double team them both. Otherwise, Clyde Edwards-Helaire will run all the way down the throats. But, of course, you got the Hydra known as Dak, Zeke, and CeeDee Lamb. So that's something that you could also look out for as well. But which trio do I fear more, and which one do I see getting more production? Um, and Waz, you might be where you might you made an excellent point about whoever can capitalize the most off of turnovers and or penalties might have this in the bag. It's just that I have, man. Hopefully they don't make me regret this. I'm looking forward to a 5-star game either way, but I feel safer picking the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. So going ahead and give me the Chiefs, 31-28 over the Dallas Cowboys. Next up, oh boy, another potential game of the week. Even though they got blown out last week against the Packers, and the Cardinals got blown out, or they got embarrassed against the Carolina Panthers. You got the Cardinals going on the road against the Seahawks. Flip, who you got? Cardinals, Seahawks.
I don't know if Kyler Murray is going to play. That's going to be a big
D-Hop's back.
in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, D-Hop's back, but just they need Kyler Murray back, honestly. I know Russ is going to be playing. Chris Carson's probably not going to be playing in this game. But either way, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game between these two.
Because both guys are coming off a loss, and it's all going to be about who bounces back from that loss more.
Yeah. I want to say that I want to lean to the side that Kyler doesn't play this game, and I'm gonna edge it to the Seahawks in this game. I'm gonna say Seahawks 23, Cardinals 20 in this game. I feel like these divisional games like these, it comes down to the wire between these two teams. I don't know, just with Murray banged up, even if he did play, I feel like the Seahawks might take advantage of the fact that his ankle is still going to, be a little iffy. He probably won't be running out of the pocket as much. So, yeah, give me the Seahawks in this. I'll say, I don't know if it's going to be an upset game, but I'll take the Seahawks 23-20 in this one.
All righty. All right, Waz, who you got? Card Seahawks.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to make of Russ's return back last week against the Packers. It was pretty sloppy again. Both quarterbacks looked sloppy in that game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're going to get from the Cardinals standpoint. This team has been having some issues with injuries. Had a bad loss to Carolina last week. But I don't think I think they might still be able to edge out a victory against Seattle. Seattle seems a little hapless right now. I know Russ has some options, especially with Metcalf, but I just don't know if Russ is all the way back yet. Until we can kind of see that, I can't really trust this Seattle team against a solid Arizona team. Even though the Seattle is at home, give me Arizona to win this game. This could be a kind of a sloppy, low-scoring game, depending on the health and the status of both quarterbacks. Give me Arizona to win this game. However, I'll say they'll win it 21-17.
Yeah, I see this being kind of like the Seahawks Packers game, it being a slow grinding game, like right up until the fourth quarter. But of course, both these guys are going to score points regardless. That 12th man is something different, but I mean, I think that it's good. I mean, the Seahawks are at an uncharacteristic 3-6. They need this win a hell of a lot more than the Cardinals need it. But whether they can get it is a whole different story entirely, because the Seahawks defense, especially their secondary, isn't what it once was. The Cards, they're going to be looking to bounce back from a loss that they were favored to win in. I mean, in a team like the Carolina Panthers. That'd be a hell of a game to see if they make it to the playoffs. I would love to see that as a wild card weekend type game. The Cardinals are solid all around. They got a good running game. They have damn good wide receivers. It's just a matter, is Kyler Murray going to be there? Is he going to line up? Is he going to be starting? We'll see. The Seahawks, like I said, the Seahawks have had the misfortune of running into some bad luck this year. And say what you will, like as much talent as they got on the ball, they just ran into some bad games. And I don't know if that's better competition or if that's just, bad playing on their end. And they can't play that way. But the thing is, a loss to the Cardinals would pretty much all but knock them out of the playoff race, and they can't afford that. I'm going to go with, man. I'm actually going to go with the Cardinals in this game. Give me the Cardinals 27-17 over the Seahawks at home. Next up, you got the Sunday Night Football game. You got the 5-4 Chargers at home against the, oh my God, it's going to make me sick to say this, the 5-3-1, the 5-3-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben's a question mark. TJ Watt is a question mark. Minka Fitzpatrick's not going to play. And it's just a whole bunch of things up in the air. And Mason's probably going to be starting. I don't trust Mason. I just don't. I don't know what they see in him. And they say that Dwayne Haskins is having problems with the coaching staff. But that's a whole different topic for another day. Flip, who you got? Steelers, Chargers.
They have Bosa in COVID protocol.
Yeah, Bosa's not going to play.
But I think he's already testing. I think he's not testing positive in his test, so he'll probably play. I'm seeing that they're saying TJ Watt's unlikely to play.
Yeah.
Ben is a question mark. Based off that, I feel like if the Steelers can't rush the O-line, which is the Chargers' weakness, the O-line in the run game, in my
Look
opinion.
at the Steelers' front seven, though, even without TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, Devin Bush, when he's not, drawing penalties. Isaiah Loudermilk, they've got their front seven is dangerous, but it's all a matter of execution.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's just TJ Watt takes it to another level.
Yes.
And if the Chargers can hold off game, I think if Bosa plays, which I feel like he's going to, it's going to cause Big Ben a lot of problems in that pocket.
If he plays.
It's going to be a close game still, though. I feel like no team is going to run away with this one. Chargers love close games. They love making me sad every week. But I'm gonna lean towards the Chargers in this one just because of the question marks with TJ Watt and Big Ben. I'm gonna say Chargers take this one 27-24.
All right, Wise, who you got? Chargers, Steelers.
This is gonna be a close game. It's hard to tell what's going to make of it. I think the injuries and the potential for guys to not be playing in this game are going to sway this either way. Obviously, if the Steelers don't have Big Ben in this game, I'm going to lean on the Chargers to win this. I don't see Rudolph beating this team. Beating the Chargers team or keeping up with this Chargers team offensively. Could the Steelers keep it close enough? To not have it turn into a game where they have to come from behind and make up 20 plus 27 plus points. It's possible, but again, you do have those key injuries, with Fitzpatrick out, and TJ Watt being questionable. I'm just going to have to lean on the Chargers in this game, but I think this is a borderline toss. So if Ben was for sure playing in this game and he was healthy, I would give them a fighting chance, even though they're on the road. It's a game in Los Angeles, and the Pittsburgh Steelers fans travel pretty well.
Yes.
So, it would still feel like a Pittsburgh home game for them. But I'm gonna have to lean on the Chargers in this game. I just think that they're gonna be able to put up some points, and Rudolph's not gonna be able to bounce back or keep up with them. Give me the Chargers in this. Chargers win this game 27-20.
Now, the Chargers are favored by 5 points in this game. And if the Steelers want to win, whether Ben plays or not, Najee is going to have to get going. He really is. He's going to have to, he's going to have to be clicking on all cylinders. If they're not going to, if the running game doesn't work, then he's going to have to be utilizing in the slot passing game. He's going to have to play more of a slot receiver role. All the Chargers really have to do is just give Justin Herbert some time in the pocket, and he can make magic happen. I will say this. If Big Ben plays, give me the Steelers 24-21. But if Mason starts, then give me the Chargers 27-23. I feel more comfortable picking the Chargers 27-23. All right.
Yeah. That's against Rudolph.
Yeah, against Rudolph, 27-23. Chargers. All right, last but not least, you got the Tampa Bay Bucks at home against the New York Giants. Now, for some weird reason, the Giants are Tom Brady's kryptonite no matter who plays of the opposing quarterback. I know Saquon's not. Is Saquon playing?
Maybe.
Yeah, he's a question mark, but still. And the thing is, the Giants, despite their 3-6 record, I don't think they've been blown out once this year. Well, I think they have been blown out. Like, they've lost like one game by like 14 or more or whatever. But still, every game they've been in, win or loss, they fought hard, especially against that game against the Cowboys. But that's a divisional game. You guys can go here and there. The Bucks, they looked sloppy last week. They looked, they did not look like themselves, and Tom Brady didn't look like himself either. But man, like I said, I actually got despite this being a home game, I actually got this game being very, very close for the Bucks. But I actually got the Bucks coming away with the win in this game anyway. 24-20 Bucks. Flip, who you got? Giants, Bucks.
In this game, I don't have a lot of faith in the Giants to win this game. I think Chris Godwin is back to kind of be those guys for Brady, which I feel is enough against the Giants. The Giants secondary, they've been all right. They've been solid. The Giants defense as a whole has caused some problems for some teams. Their offense, it's been clicking a little bit lately. I just don't think this Bucks defense that is getting healthier each week is going to have a problem getting to Daniel Jones. I feel like Tom Brady turns it around this week. Probably has like a 3-4 touchdown game. So give me the Bucks in this game. I'll say 31-20 over the Giants.
Alrighty. All right, Waz, take us home. Who you got? Bucks, Giants.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the Bucks in this game. Bucks haven't lost at home yet. Again, they've had 2 back-to-back losses, surprising losses, by the way. I don't foresee a third one. I don't think they're going to be. I can't see Brady continuing to kind of perform in this way, unless he's finally hit that age and that slump where he just loses it and he's no longer the quarterback that he has been the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Again, the Giants are a scrappy enough team. They stay in these games. This could be potentially maybe a little bit of a dogfight. I wouldn't be surprised with that. Just because the Giants are definitely overperformers. They definitely play above their talent level, I believe. But I think the Bucks are just too good on paper, and I think they're going to regroup. Even if some of the pieces still aren't there, whether it's Brown or Gronk, I think Brady will have enough there with Evans and Godwin to get it done against the Giants. I think this is a bounce back game for him. Give me the Bucks to win this game, 28-21.
All right. Well, gentlemen, that's our predictions of the books for Week 11. You guys got any final thoughts before we sign out tonight?
Yeah, just hope the season keeps being entertaining. We only get it for 18 weeks, but, it feels like forever when it's